Just went live on TikTok and I jumped over here real fast so I can get an uncensored version of what I was talking about on TikTok. I went a little crazy on TikTok. I was almost risking getting banned because I had so much stuff to give out. I really hope Paul and Adrian runs into this because things just got really wild. I'm gonna post some videos with sources. Y'all already know what I do on my channel. So, where are we gonna start? Okay, I seriously give it about around the end of this month, around this month, within the middle or the end, we're gonna be going to war with Russia or China, or both. Actually, both. Now, they just sent the Philippines is asking the United States to send missiles. They do that. China's not going to sit there freely and keep letting the United States build up right by them while they're building up right by Russia. That's why they're both calling a security guarantee issue with the United States. This is about to go down. I didn't want to say it on TikTok like so gruesomely because, you know, TikTok like to attack people. But on YouTube, I could be freely and talk to you guys. Finland is most likely 100% going to join NATO. I'm going to just let you know right now. It's in their interest now because they're scared of what Russia's going to do. They have an 800-mile long border with Russia. Russia can go into Finland. And if they have no support, all they have is Sweden. And, you know, Russia just boom, 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 boom. They're right there. So NATO ain't going to just sit back and let Russia attack Finland and attack Sweden. They need Finland and Sweden. This has been a push for years. NATO has been trying to get them into the alliance. That's why they're saying they can go. They have a fast way in there now. They have a fast way in the alliance. So this is about to get crazy, bro. This is about to get really crazy. I'm about to start posting links to the articles on my YouTube. I'm about to start doing something different because I see a lot of YouTubers don't post articles, and Paul and Adrian is like the only channel that I see that really posts, you know, the articles and the proof. And I just try to post videos after my lives that shows what I'm saying. But I'm about to start trying to be active on both YouTube and TikTok because things are getting crazy and it's about to get wild in this world, and people really need to wake up to this. I'm about to try to involve myself a lot more with you guys on this issue because I'm seeing it break for real. I really am. I think I don't know how this is about to start because the United States government now saying they're going to use all weapons at their disposal. So that means that all options are on the table. All options are on the table. They're willing to give anything to make sure that this massacre of Ukraine is over with. This is why NATO is about to triple up on their military movement in Europe. This is why they're on high alert. This is why every member is sending troops to other member states. Like literally all members. Who was it today? Dang it! I just read the article on it. There was a country today that just sent their troops, 250 of their troops to Slovakia. Dang it. Okay, I can't remember right now. But a lot of NATO troops, or NATO countries are sending equipment and troops to each other's countries. They're trying to strengthen each other right now. It's getting wild. It's getting wild. Germany, they asked for more sanctions on Russia. They asked for more sanctions on Russia, and I guess they did cut oil from the Russians, and they really depend on the oil from there. This is another reason Russia is going to cut the gas mid Europe. They're warning Greece. They're warning all of Europe. They already cut it to the UK because the UK don't really rely on Russian gas, so they cut all their imports to the UK. So the next in line is the rest of Europe, and once that happens, the rest of Europe is going to be in chaos. Once that happens, most likely a war is going to go down as well. So I just want to let you guys know There's too many fronts right now for something not to go down. Why does it keep postponing? Because things keep changing. NATO won't get involved on a lot of issues. But now, when they saw all the dead people, the dead bodies on the street and stuff, now they want to feel some type of way. And they're going to try everything in their power to go after Russia. This is their excuse to make a move. So everyone's changing the way they're thinking. They're about to send more tough stuff to Ukraine. They're probably about to send bigger weapons to draw Russia in to doing an attack. They want Russia to attack them first. Once it's out there that Russia attacked them, then they can go in. They can also plant a false flag, but they can't do one that's obvious. That's why they're waiting. They're seeing what they can do next. This is getting set up to be World War III for real. This is coming really soon. I'm seeing the military moves. And actually, a military bud just hit me up on Instagram and told me that he got a call for a deployment that he wasn't expecting. And yeah, he's not too happy about it. It's just a lot of weird stuff getting that's happening. It's time to get right with your higher power for real. This ain't me being worried or scared, but I'm concerned for the people. I'm concerned for the children. I'm concerned for the future of humanity. I have a right to be because I'm a human, damn it. This is about to happen, bro. And everything's gonna happen at once. From the economic fallout to the war to probably Biden declaring martial law. If it depends how this goes down. If we have an EMP attack, martial law might be set. They might try to wait until half of us take each other out first. So it'll be easier for the military to take over. But that's if this is only an EMP attack and not World War III. If this is World War III, then I'm expecting the power to go out, these motherfuckers to go to their bunkers, and us being out here like, what the hell was going on? And then something bad is going to come right after that. We're just going to see something in the sky that's going to literally, it's going to draw people by surprise. Because they're not going to warn us. They're not going to warn us. Let's be real. We'd be lucky to hear a Russian missile came over here and blew up over our country. We will be lucky to hear that. Because that's a risk of people going crazy and going berserk on the streets. No cops is going to stop them. No army is going to stop them because our army is too busy over the seas right now, getting ready to fight a major power war with Russia and China. Why y'all think they're condemning India? This should be obvious at this point that they're trying to set up a war stage. They need India for China, but they're also trying to get India to change on Russia. They could have easily taught India to beef in China, putting sanctions or something on China. They hate each other. But with Russia, nah. Russia to help them with the military. Russia to help them with money. Russia to beef them up, you know. When America wasn't there, Russia tried to be there for them. Like they're best buds. They're like this close. They wasn't going to condemn Russia. They wasn't going to put sanctions on Russia. Russia gives them all their new tech pretty much. Like, oh, you want these S-400s? Okay, here you go. You need some jets? Oh, we got you, buddy. Anything else? Like, they're best buds, bro. What the fuck? And now they're in the BRICS, which China is in too. So we're losing everybody. Some countries are just turning against America, and with China being in this, we're going to lose a lot more countries, and some of those countries might be allies. There's a lot of countries that depend on China as well. A lot of countries. So we're going to lose a lot of countries if once China gets into this mix, especially a military conflict. Because then they be like, hey, whose side are you on? You on America's side or you on China's side? Or if you're on America's side, we're going to cut all our goods to you. And like, well, shit, America hasn't really gave me any imports in like a long time. I'm gonna have to step over here. All right, kind of. I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, oh man, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. I still gotta post some videos on my TikTok. I gotta post some air activity because some guy, one of the guys that's on my team, he does the outlook of airplane and drone activity and stuff. And he's telling me there's a lot of activity in the skies over the United States, so I have to see what's going on with that. I'm gonna try to get this out as fast as I can, man, because I don't know how many people is really on this shit like I am. Like, I'm trying to get this out before it goes down. That's why I've been heavy on this. I'm not trying to, put it in y'all heads and put fear in you. I'm trying to get you ready, or I'm trying to at least get you aware, because there's people that do want to know. And if you don't want to know, man, you don't have to be here. I don't want to force you to know, but some people really got to be aware of the situation, man. So I'm going to put extra work into this, and I really do this because I really do care. I'm not some fucking paid actor to pay to care for you guys. Like, fuck no. Excuse my language. I was going to try to stop cussing, but no. I'm not like that, man. I care for humanity. I don't want humanity to go. I love this world that I was brought into. The man that made this amazing, perfect planet, bro, he was a genius, I would have to say. I love this world. When I grew up on nature, I love nature. I love trees. I love the leaves. I love hearing the waters and shit. Like, I love seeing, society progress. Not in a bad way, but just to see humanity evolve. Just to see where we was and where we are. My experience hasn't always been good, but I enjoy life. I enjoy being here. I just don't like the situations that we're now put in. That one is not fair. But it's life. It changes. And sometimes things don't stay the same forever. And that's what people need to learn. They get attached to things and expect it to be the same forever. But sometimes you got to cut those attachments and think back into reality. Because that's what we're supposed to be here for, to progress and evolve. We don't know what's going to come next. Even though we think we know what's going to come next in life, we truly don't know. And that's why I needed to talk to you guys today, because I am worried about the world. I am worried about how far this is about to go. And what crazy moves are they willing to do? Some media is just going sidestep and just telling you. Like, there's people just doing off script shit and telling you what's about to go down. They're like, oh, well, yeah, it could go down like that. No, it's going to go down like that if we keep going in the same direction. Tell the people what you know. Because people, they want to know. That's why they watch this shit. They want to know. They want to know the truth. We're searching for the truth every freaking day. So, I'm just going to warn you guys, man. Once NATO steps into this, it's over. And it's coming up really fast, man. Things are heating up. They're not communicating. Russia won't answer NATO's calls. You know what happens when countries get that far into beef. Accidents happen. Things get shot down because, hey, I was trying to call you to warn you I was going to make this military deployment over here, but I knew you were shooting in the area. I was going to tell you to cut it for a second. But you wasn't answering the calls, and now you shot about 4 or 5 of our tanks, and now we have to do something. They're not answering the red phone, the communication phone. Biden and Putin is not even willing to talk to each other. They're about to go to war. They're cutting officials from going into each other's country. Hundreds of diplomats have already been dispelled. There's no one at the negotiation table. When stuff goes this far, war happens. Remember last year, military army men was telling their housewives and children, we got to get our houses in order. Something big is coming. Nobody wanted to listen. Maybe they'll listen now. I already knew 2020 was a change of everything. I think a lot more people woke up in 2020 that anything could happen than almost any time. Because we actually had worldwide shutdowns on international TV. So people got to watch what each other was going through and the uprise of people against governments. And, it kind of inspired us to stand up in a way. It's showing me there's still a little fight in humanity. There's only so far you could push us before we snap. But this time they're pushing. They're just secretly doing it. They're acting like it's good for you that they're pushing like this. But what do we benefit from a war that is putting up our gas prices and taking all this money out of our pocket where we can't even afford to take care of our children? We can't even afford to pay rent and have some extra money to do something for ourselves. It's like we're just living to live. Some people do have extra money to go out and do stuff. But a lot of people these days don't. They're too stuck on the cycle. They're all in denial. Yes. Yeah, I literally felt like there was times that I was working so much. And I'm like, I can't even go home and watch TV. I literally sleep, I wake up, and I go right back to work. This must be what life is. Wow. No, that's just what we're programmed to think what life is. Some people just breaks out a cycle. That's why we have travelers. I felt like I was trapped in Ohio my whole life. And when I finally got out of Ohio, bro, I broke out of that cycle. I was like, holy crap, there's so much more out here. Look at all these cities, bro. I had to put it on TikTok. I'm like, dang, this is amazing. But that's what they want you to believe. They want you in one spot. Makes it easy for them. They can track you, do whatever they want to do with you at that point. Don't you notice more people get in more trouble in places they're familiar and comfortable in? Because they know you. And you're stuck in that system. Oh, wait, hold on, buddy. You got to come back up here. You got another court date, or we're going to get a fine and a warrant out for your arrest. And some cities are actually willing to go to other states to get your ass for the pettiest of stuff. So, I mean, people are getting aware of what's going on, man. I think 2020 woke a lot of people up. So after we started seeing all that, now we're like, okay, anything can happen. And now they're promoting a World War III, a nuclear war, just like they did with the pandemic. That everyone doubted that was going to happen because they didn't think it was going to spread to our country. And they thought we would have it under containment. And it was just another fear tactic. Now we're in 2022. The pandemic ain't really fooling a lot of people anymore. And now they're promoting something else that's even crazier than a pandemic. Talking about worldwide destruction and nuclear conflict with major powers. Putin's in a freaking corner, and now it's on our media that he's hiding in a bunker with his military officials because they're scared of what the backlash is going to be with the war on Ukraine. That makes no sense. Phase 2 of the Russian operation is about to begin. Do we know what phase 2 is? Did they say their plans for phase 2? They just said phase 1 was complete. Do y'all not remember the 3 countries they named? Croatia, Poland, Baltic states. They said, how do you know we don't have plans for them? Remember that? You gotta hear what they talk about. People don't take their words seriously. Russians don't fuck around, bro. They don't mess around. Especially when you got an angry leader sitting there in frustration. If you ain't woken up now, you better wake up. You better wake up fast. If you're ignoring everything that's going on, you need to stop. Because it's not just going to affect your neighbor. It's not just going to affect me. It's going to affect everybody. Your family members, you, your children, everybody in this world is going to be affected by the outcome of whatever they want to conclude is going to happen between these 3 people, these 3 countries, these 3 leaders. And just know, whatever decision that these 3 leaders decide to do, every country in the world is going to follow suit. Because a lot of countries rely on these leaders. They're all split up in different patches around the world. And not all of them are in the United States and the West Side. Let me just tell you that. So we're watching this unfold, man. This is about to be crazy, bro. I hope you're ready for this roller coaster ride. I could never, I mean, honestly, you can never be ready for a situation like this. Start preparing. You might be one of the survivors that make it out of this. You never know. Learn some survival skills. Learn some seeding, how to grow a plant, how to grow a plant out of a bucket, how to grow a plant without sunlight. There's ways to make it through this stuff. Especially if you're one of the survivors and you're going to be alone for a long, long time, unless you're with family. But you guys are going to have to work together to survive. I hope we don't see this. I pray we don't see this. But I see it. I'm a wise dude. I'm very smart, and I know when I'm fed bullshit every day. The things that they're saying and slipping out, it's not bullshit. Remember Biden said when he went with the story with the troops going into Ukraine? He just kept going on with the story. He knows that they're about to go in there. They just needed a false flag. Why do you think the White House rushed and fixed it up? Because they knew that'd be a war with Russia. Russia's already preparing for the worst. They're not stupid. They're already preparing for NATO to enter this war. They already know they're about to enter this war. They're throwing the nuclear threat out there to get it to you. The politicians don't give a damn what Russia does. As long as they fulfill their agenda. So when Russia's throwing nuclear war threats out there, this is to warn you guys. Because it seems like the only way to get to the people is to put fear in their heads. So they're like, hey, this is not your fault. But your government is kind of pushing us to the brink of nuclear war. We want to tell you that we're not that far off from a nuclear conflict. World War III will be nuclear. if we fight, we know we're not going to beat NATO. So we're going to have to use nuclear weapons. We would have no choice. They're warning you. Russia is warning you. And if people were smart enough to hear this warning and to see the progress that's happening, it's been getting worse. I haven't heard no good news for months now. It's been getting worse by the day. And they're humiliating Russia on national TV. Remember, Russia has a leader to their country. You push him far, he's going to do whatever he needs to do. Leaders get crazy in times of war. We've seen it in history. Leaders get wild. They start to resort to some crazy ass tactics. The sanctions is starting to affect China. That's why China just cut it off. They said, okay, we don't agree with this. And there'll be consequences if we start feeling it, our people start feeling this mess. And then they had to talk with Russia, and then they came out and said, we're just going to declare war on the United States hegemony, which is our leadership. They want a regime change here. They don't like Biden. So China's willing to work with Russia, put all things aside, and become best buds just to take us down. Because our leadership is that fucking bad. How many things have slipped out on TV? People might say it's not important, but with your president and your Senate and your congressmen and all the people that has higher levels of this country and help make decisions of this country, what comes out of their mouths, other countries listen. They listen to everything and they take it seriously because it's coming out of their mouths. It's not coming out of our mouths. They don't care what comes out of our mouths. We don't make decisions. They do the votes. They make the moves. They put the money into the military. So when they're talking about regime changes and Putin don't need to be in office and he's a killer and they're listening. No matter how many times the White House come back and say, oh, well, you didn't mean it like that. They're listening. They heard it the first time. That's all they needed. So we're already getting drawn into a war either way because Russia don't trust us right now. They're not talking to us. So they're just hearing what our propagandists and what our politics are saying on TV. And they're going off of that. And our moves around their border. Where we're putting our equipment, where we're putting our troops, where we're putting our defense systems. Where's our satellite station? Is they on high alert right now? Where are their submarines? Why are there ships in our backyard? Why do they have 4 aircraft carriers under NATO command right now in the Mediterranean Sea? Fully packed with aircraft. Why are they in the Arctic by us? Why are they in the Indo-Pacific by China? Oh, they must be preparing for war with us. Besides the war in Ukraine, have y'all heard of any other Russian deployments? Maybe of some submarines that's been at secret missions at the sea for a while now? Or did they just tell you the deployments that Russia's making in the Ukraine? They're not telling you the deployments they're making around the world with their destroyers and amphibious assault ships and everything. They're not telling you that, are they? They're not going to. How would you feel if a Russian submarine was in your backyard that could blow the fuck up and cause a tsunami on your east, west, and south coast with radioactive water killing millions of people? Radioactive particles going out throughout the whole United States just because they have a 100 megaton nuclear bomb planted in that mother freaker. They don't need conventional weapons to take us out. They don't need an EMP. And what people don't think about, while inflation was going really high, do you think they really check who just crosses the border? Who really sneaks into this country? How many Russian and Chinese people are already here? I'm not talking about regular civilians. I'm talking about spies, undercover troops, and former civilians just like that entered Ukraine. I mean, fuck, probably some Iranians could come in here and look like Saudi Arabians. You could pull off anything. You could change your identity, false identification. I mean, when you're in the military, you have access to a lot of stuff. So, in the United States, who is open to everybody, how many of them are already here? Now that's a question you should be asking yourself. How many got some companies here? Do they got family here? You know, we were united. Come on now. You gotta use your head, man. So lights go out. How do we know everybody that crossed through that border was actually really immigrants? It could have been people that was planning here to take us out. Make it easier for them. Pay people. Come up here. Remember, migrants was getting paid or talked about getting paid $450,000 for the impact of the capital. Remember that? And then some of their families can make up to $1 million. That's a lot of money to get some people up here. Where did we get all that money from, though? All you gotta do, hey man, I was impacted, bro. Oh my God, man. What Trump did was horrible, man. My family, they went through it. Okay, we get it. We're $500,000, bro. You're in line. Go ahead, pass through. Family set, just camp somewhere. Figure it out. Make a business or something. Really, get out. Okay, dude. A lot of people wouldn't even seen that, or maybe even thought of that. I think of every outcome, bro. Every outcome. So many ways this can go, but it all comes to being bad for us. Times of survival. How can I lure some people in? You know, water plants, I feel like they will be a major target. People will want to filter their water. They gotta survive off water. You gotta have some kind of water. And I'm talking nuclear strike-ish. I'm thinking EMP-ish first. All you have to do is poison some water to get some people supplies. That's what they're going to try to do. It's going to be groups that poison the water. That's the first thing you're going to look at is water. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I got filter. I'm good. Dude, there's going to be people fucked up in the head out there. got traps, all types of stuff. Gotta think. Use your head. I know we can't predict every situation, but you can at least try to prepare for every situation. That's why I talk about a little more real stuff on here, on YouTube, where no other TikToker is going to tell you, like actual real life situations that we can get put into that they're scared to talk about because they don't want to think about it themselves. Except for I've seen some preppers talk about it. I've seen a couple of the preppers talk about it. They'll give it to you harsh, but they can't give you too harsh on TikTok. Me, I take some risks sometimes. I'm sorry. And I'll be bad for like a week. What's up, Blade USA? Anyways, I told my TikTokers I was gonna make videos, so yeah, I'm gonna post those same videos here on YouTube. I'm gonna be active today. I don't really have anything to do as far as I know. I had to go live for you guys because I got all that news and I'm like, oh my gosh. Don't worry, I'm gonna post it on here as well. We're about to be in a rough situation. It's about to get crazy out there. So get ready. Much love. Remember the golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. And stay aware, man. Stay awake. Don't be a sleeping sheep. Don't be caught slipping out here in this crazy world. Be smart and make your move. And get right with God. And if you believe in God, get right with God and Jesus Christ, or Yahshua, or a higher power, whatever you believe in. Just make sure you're at peace.